Welcome to the We Are Why channel. I'm one half of the team, Jay Schumann. I got my partner Shaq here with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
I'm Shaq, We Are Why channel.
And today we're going to discuss a relevant subject that we all know so well that needs to be addressed. And that's staying true to your overall identity. In the world today, we move at a fast pace. So many things happen. So many circumstances arise. And now in the 21st century, we gotta value a face value of what success is, right? But sometimes when we chasing the bad, we diminish our true overall identity. We diminish what we destined to be. So before we get Shaq's perspective on what's the significance of a true overall identity, we're gonna throw a couple of quotes out there. Hopefully it resonate with the people. First one is, no other version, no matter how perfect it is, will ever be better than being yourself. Other quote is, we got, the strongest force in the universe is a human being living consistently with his true identity. So Shaq, we want to get your perspective on what is the significance of staying true to your overall identity. The floor is yours, my brother.
Wow, that's some good quotes, man. Before I get started, man, I just want to comment on the hat, man. You know, I got this out the closet wearing pink today, and I see you got on the hat that say "Tough guys wear pink," and I want you to speak on that kind of before I get started, because pink, man, you know, passion increase new knowledge, man. So tough guys do wear pink because I'm wearing it now.
Just give a little limited synopsis. It's just being comfortable in the skin that you in. Okay. All right? Okay. It's a deeper meaning behind it. Right. As far as representing breast cancer, or my grandmother and women in my family, my mother that has experienced breast cancer. Okay. And it kind of goes back to people see a man with paint, they might think a certain kind of way, but they'll never judge a man by his mere appearances. All right? It's a deeper meaning behind it. But I'm comfortable in the skin that I'm in. You comfortable in the skin that you in. Right. And that's sticking to your true overall identity. Right. Nobody can phase you of being who you is. So I think that's just kind of a little limited synopsis of what it means.
Okay, so to answer your question, first of all, thank you for answering me that question. That's a very huge topic. Speaking of tough on your hat, I think that, you know, when it comes down to identity and one's finding their true identity and their overall identity, I think that can be tough and challenging and compromising for many ones. Mm-hmm. How so? Because I think that we all in life have went through an identity crisis. And I think that before you can identify others, you must identify your inner self, your true inner self. And I think a lot of times, when individuals, they say, yeah, I'm good. No, but are you really, really good? Like, are you really, really good? Like, you good mentally, you good physically, you good socially, you good, is you good? Because I think that you first have to identify yourself. Speaking on the identity crisis, man, I think that that's a problem in the United States right now. Because I think social media plays a lot of part of it. I think that your background and the way you was raised plays a lot of part of it. I think that the philosophy and the philosophy and the overall view of experiences and circumstances has a lot to do with it. And just your environment. Those are what I think has something to do with why people can't do their overall identity.
So I want to kind of bring a different perspective to it, right? Okay. And you'll agree. Okay. See, this is what I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we
lay it on the table, man.
Lay it on the table.
I tell you whether or not I agree with it or not, because I'm real. I mean, my name's Shaquille, so it rhymes with real.
Reciprocal. So I look at it as, let's think about when we was in school, right? And majority of the people you went to elementary school with, you went to middle school with, you went to high school with, and you even know them in your adulthood, right? And like you just see the maturation and change in them. I mean, am I right or wrong? You see the maturation and change, right? So, like as kids, like I feel that that's when we was our purest. Like whatever we wanted to do, we did it because we loved to do it. Like say for example, you want to be a doctor because you just love to be a doctor to help people, to care for individuals. Nobody deviated you from that plan. You stuck to it. That's your identity, right? But see, as we see, we went from elementary school to middle school, and you see the maturation and change of certain individuals. They ain't living for themselves. They living to please other people because they want to accept it. Like, say for example, a person might be musically gifted, but that's not as talented as it is. So now they looking for acceptance. They joining this individual to feel popular or that's trendy. You know how that go, right? And the person might in trouble, and they might develop into trouble. And we know trouble like cancer, it's gonna spread. It's gonna spread. So what I'm saying is, like, be authentic to yourself. Be true to yourself. Because it comes a point where it's, and I feel everybody have this standpoint, when your life hit a crossroad and you like, darn, how I get here? And then you trying to figure out, like, how did I get here? Because you ain't stuck to your true identity.
And that's why I said earlier, I agree. That's why I said earlier it had something to do with your background, your experiences as what you was taught when you was older. I think it had something to do with experiences, life experiences, backgrounds, the way you was raised, where you come up. Because I mean, I agree, because what you just said, you think about when we was younger, when you said grade school, well, I don't know, when you was in school, you probably had the same thing. Everybody probably had it, where everybody want to be a LeBron James. Everybody want to be Michael Jordan. Everybody want to be Kobe Bryant. Everybody want to be a football player. Everybody want to be the American dream. But I think the problem is people hide their character and they hide their preference because they feel that others, like you said, what other people think about it. And I think that if you worry about others versus yourself, then you will become blessed quadruple. Let me break that down now. Let me break that down, because I'm a firm believer in that, and that's how I became advanced in the area and elevated in a way that I can help people. So I read this article one time before, and it said that as long as you make sure somebody else's life is okay, God will always make sure your life is okay. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, we need to work on our inner self, but if we take the time out to work on other people instead of trying to battle the character and the behavior and the thoughts and the ideas and the concerns that we have in the inner self, then we will find our true identity. Everybody wanted to be a LeBron James. Everybody wanted to be a Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Everybody wanted to be an astronaut. Some people even raised their hand when they gave the teacher, they said, what you want to be? They put it in the little slot. They said they want to be astronauts, and they wanted to be flying. They want to see cars fly. They want to do all this type of stuff, which is true. That's why you got to have a backup plan. But what happens when these individuals don't go to the NBA? What happens when these individuals don't go to the NFL? You know why?
Let me ask you this question, right? You was talking, I'm glad you brought up the perspective of an astronaut. And I feel this is people, culture, right? If an individual want to be an astronaut, if they want to work in politics, bless them people to be that. Give them confidence. Because it's certain circumstances where you go against the grain and go against the norm. Man, get on in with that, man. That ain't the style. Man, you need to do this. You need to do that. Like, give them positive influence. Like, give them positive criticism.
But where they're gonna come from? Because you always gonna have haters. So you gotta take me in the narrative, because you said that you gotta give them confidence. the greatest person that only going to give you confidence is yourself. Exactly. Besides, if you're at an age where your parents can encourage you, but if you are 18, let's get it straight. If you're a 17-year-old male, 17-year-old male out there, right? Yeah. You don't need your mom and daddy telling you, like, giving you, oh, I think you should be this. You should already make up your mind on what you should be. And that go back on what I was saying about the everybody want to be the American dream. It's okay not to be the American dream. It's okay. You can be a Shaquille Harvey, myself.
So let me ask you this question. Coming up where you come from, was it popular saying I want to be a doctor? I'm pretty sure it wasn't, right?
No, it was actually lame. A lot of people wanted to sell drugs. So do other stuff.
My question is this. What made you stick to that true overall identity? Meaning, I ain't gonna let nobody persuade me. Oh man, you need to go work at the local warehouse. It ain't nothing wrong with the warehouse. I'm being honest. Different strokes with different folks. But what made you say, hey, I'm gonna stick to my plan. I want to be a doctor. That's why I wanted the father to relate to the audience. Father, whatever you destined or what you want to be, you stick to it. Don't get persuaded by the peer pressure or circumstances that might come about because it's not coming right then and there. Like, stick to your identity. So what made you not deviate from your plan? That's what I'm getting at. That's what I wanted.
Well, understanding that I had a purpose, understanding that I wanted more in life. I looked around and the you gotta understand, I come from the streets, bro. I looked around where I was at and I wanted better. I wanted a better lifestyle. And that's why I say your character, Les Brown said, your thoughts is your actions is your behavior is your character, and your character can become your emotions. What you do today can affect what you do tomorrow. He also goes on to say, do something different today, and you will just see how glad you'll be when it all said and done. So I don't live my life for others. I live my life for myself. But it took me time to realize that purpose matters. And other people's opinions just gonna seek to fail. Because if you've been living 30, 40 years because so-and-so said, I gotta live my life. Because I was like that growing up. I was like that, like, I didn't want to go to school if I ain't have on a nice pair of Jordans. I ain't want to go to school if I had on Forces or whatever like that. But
would you say that was like living for others because you living for their praise?
Absolutely, because if you didn't wear the Jordans, you was lame. Exactly. If you didn't have on the nice pair of shoes or the nice clothes, you was lame. Mm-hmm. But I wish I could take it all back, because if I can go back to school now, I would have wore New Balance, because I realized that I done spent over $2 million from the ages of 5 to 18 just on clothes. Popular clothes that ain't nobody even talking about now. But if I would have took that $2 million and invested, because I got a purpose and wore New Balance and not unbrand shoes, then I would have had my own company at the age of 18.
Let me kind of even go a little step further. And it's just my personal experience in public school system. Like when you get to middle school and you see a person acting out, and I know you probably have said this as well, like, you know you ain't that person. Like, stop trying to pretend to be that person. Right? So I want to relate to it as well, and it kind of causes what you saying. Follow your intuition. Like, personal experiences, when I didn't follow my intuition, man, I had to pay for it. And I don't even want to really kind of go too in deep with it, but sometimes when it's, okay, you should have did this, I didn't follow it because I wanted to be hard-headed. Hey, I got to pay for it.
But don't you think, like, character and preference have something to do with it? Like, for example, let's use the narrative, somebody being hungry. Mm-hmm. If I say I'm hungry right now, right, that means I'm entitled to eat anything. Somebody said, okay, you hungry? Let me go take you to McDonald's. Right? I might say, yeah, and then I might say, oh no, I want Chick-fil-A, because my preference is I want Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A is more popular than McDonald's. But the narrative is, I'm hungry. So if you hungry, you'll eat anything. But why you got to go to Chick-fil-A when I offered you that I'll take you to McDonald's? Oh, I don't eat it. Why you don't eat it? I have certain so it's staying true to your own identity.
Let me say this. You made a very good point when you said when you hungry, you'll eat anything. Dang, that don't even go far, just physical wise, just eating. We can get down when you down in the dirt, broke as a joke, and you need anything for us to accumulate money. And somebody give you a little golden ticket. Get you some money in. Get some money in your pocket. But your intuition telling you, like, I'm gonna have to pay for this some kind of way. That little inner voice that's telling you, nah, no deal. Listen to that. That's your identity. That's your identity. Because I'm sticking on my core value. I'm not gonna do something or have someone persuade me to be something or do something that I don't want to do. So that's why I want to make sure it kind of relays the individual. Whatever you want to do, stick to it. Regardless of and we got to work on this as far as big homies and as far as older brothers, our older sisters. Make sure you be positive to that individual. For them to be comfortable. Because, I mean, not granted, sometimes we come as a crossroad where I need somebody to talk to that understand. We all have that person, right? When you feel that, man, I need to talk to this individual. They're going to give me good advice. You got that person. I got that person. We all got that person. So that person that's on the other end, make sure you encourage him. Don't just disencourage them. Encourage them. That gives them confidence to, hey, I'm on the right path. Somebody actually believe in me. And that's not you living through other people. You just get confirmation that, hey, you on the right path. You on the right path. So, I mean, how you feel about that?
I mean, I ultimately agree. I also think that they should set good goals and work toward them. I agree. They need to stop. You are who you hang around.
True.
Remove the negativity. You know, Master P once said in one of his interviews when he was with Jay Prince, a lot of people was just like, man, he got that car, man. He think he all hard, man. He all But he went to Jay Prince and asked him, man, what type of work you do? Like, we so much compete with one another when we can come together and make bread. And that's how it is with everyday life. We may sit right here and say, me and you, we may be the popular kids, but we might got Tony over here that might be a nerd. But we might say, man, that man a nerd, man. That man, he ain't getting no girls or whatever like that. But by the age of 18, he had his own investing company. But by him being 25, he was a billionaire. Not a millionaire, but a billionaire. But this is the same kid that we laughed at, that we talked about. Because knowledge, as we learned from Trout.
Shout out to Trout.
Trout, what he said the other day.
Knowledge is the fertilizer of wealth.
Knowledge is the fertilizer to your wealth. So you mean to tell me I don't need money? Knowledge can get me the money. But we was laughing and picking at this individual while we was in school. Oh, he. We should have been learning about the Excel, the PowerPoint, the Microsoft Word. Getting together, hey man, how to do accounts receivable, how tell us about revenue, tell us about income, earned income, tell us about liability, dividends, liquidity, all these type of stuff. We should have been, you know what I'm saying? But we laugh, and that's what I'm saying about people, man. You are who you hang around. Educate yourself, set good goals, be in the right proper environment. And, you know, try not to get into an identity crisis, because when you get into an identity crisis, you're going to be 30, 40, 50 years living the same. I give you an example of what I mean.
Before you touch on that, even far as with, I don't even want to call him a nerd, the billionaire, because we looking at the finished product of him. He stayed true to him. He didn't care as far as what individuals said about him, because he knew he had a mastermind ahead of him. So stay content on what you not. And content is a very selective word. So let me make sure I rephrase that. Stay balanced at who you are. Don't get off of your square. Stay consistent with it. Right? But go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry. I had to just put that out there. Go ahead.
But if they gonna stay balanced and consistent with their lifestyle, you telling them to continue to be negative or continue to be positive?
No. I was speaking from the aspect of the mastermind, the brainiac. I was talking far as on him. He stayed on his square. He knew where he was going. He didn't get off of the path. Right? So that's what I was saying from that. But an individual that's negative, like, be better. It's easy to be negative. Negative ain't bringing you no money. Honestly, right?
The negative people.
All negative gonna do is bring you trouble.
Negative gonna bring you jealousy, trouble, hatred, stealing, and it's funny you talk about there's two types of identity crisis when you bring it up. There's two types of internal change and external change. Internal change is within. External change is out. Okay. So you think about, let's use a neighborhood. Let's use neighborhoods. Right? I'm gonna speak on it real quick. And I don't like doing this, but I got to do this, bro.
And we keeping it real. That's the 100% authenticity in the show.
Right. So the neighborhoods. You look at a gated community, right? A gated community is one community that some people have the knowledge, right? You look at a gated community, some people have the knowledge. You look at another community where people don't have the knowledge, but they are hating, they are toxic, they stealing, they jealous. The gated community got all the resources, all the tools to success. The ungated community, the poor community, you got bad restaurants, you got gas stations, you got liquor stores, you got all these places. You go in these other good neighborhoods, they got all the good restaurants, they got all the proper foods to eat, they got the good information, they got the good resources. Why you think that is? Because these people have accepted their true identity. Now, these people may argue and say, hey, well, I don't have the information, I don't have the knowledge. But you first got to change your identity to get to the other side.
Exactly. And see, far as even when you say as far as this certain type of neighborhood, we'll say the hood. The plan is to get out, not to stay in. The plan is to get out and not stay in. Nobody coming in just to, I just want to live in the hood. No, everybody want to progress. You want to progress and graduate to get to that gated community. Because then that brings in more assets. It brings in more benefits. You meet more individuals that can help you get to the next level. And not saying the people in the hood can't help you get to there, but if you surround around negativity, all you know is negativity. Right. So just be better. And that's a great analogy. I appreciate that, my brother.
Right. I'm gonna just write it down for you, man. I'm gonna just write it down for you, man, because we got to stay true to our own identity, man. Because if we don't stay true to our own identity, then that's all that we really can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So just to kind of wrap it up, just a little second, we'll kind of close with our closing thoughts, and I'm just get a couple of them. And the first thing is just self-respect. Respect yourself. When you respect yourself, then you can receive respect from others. Because if you don't respect yourself, nobody else is gonna respect you. Right? Well, that's one of the closing thoughts, man. And something that always kind of stayed with me, and it was corny back in school, but it all made sense now. That'll be different. And then you said that that'll be different.
Man,
No.
Being different, you gotta have the courage to be
Exactly.
different.
But see, sometimes when you be different, that's how you achieve to get your gift. Cause we all got a gift in life. We just gotta tap in it and figure out what it is. So that'll be different. It's like as we was just conveying, it's easy to be negative. That'll be better. Okay, I'm in this certain situation. I want to get to this. I want to get to this goal. Let me dare myself and overcome my fears to be who I envision myself to be 2-3 years down the line, right? So it just don't come from just the drug aspect, because that's what the program was kind of funding on. As far as that'll be different, not socializing with drugs, but that'll be different in your overall perspective. So that's just something I want to throw out there. I'll let you close it out, my brother.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I thank you for bringing up that topic, man. That was a very interesting topic, man. I think a lot of people need to set goals. A lot of people need to have the right environment, have the right resources, stop hating on people.
Stop hating.
And
easy to hate.
And identifying your true identity. Your identity can be you come from a family of wealth, right? Why are you not wealthy? What decisions did you make in life that caused you not to be not successful? Or if you not successful, stop blaming your parents, right? There's something called specialized knowledge and generalized knowledge, right? If you have general knowledge, everyday knowledge, but it's not enough, get specialized at it. Hang around people. Look who you hanging around, right? Ask yourself. Master P said something in the Breakfast Club the other day. He said, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So that clearly means that the mindset has to be there.
Yeah, the mindset. But also it is. I got one more thing. When you do get around those people, don't ask them for nothing. Don't ask those people for nothing.
Absolutely.
Just get educated. Just get around the room. Sometimes they say when you just get around the room, when they overflow, it come on you. Whoever it's around, it come on you.
And I'm gonna even leave it like this, bro.
Close us out, my brother.
He right. Don't ask for nothing. But ultimately, write it down. Because if you write it down, you don't own it unless you write it down. So I'm going to say that again. You write it down, you own it. So take whatever tools you need, pen, paper, whatever information they get, write it down. Do your own proper research. You do that, I promise you, you will identify your true identity. And that's all I got to say, my brother.
Yeah, so this is We Are Why. Main thing is stick to your true identity. Be better, do better, and you will be better. It's your boy Jay Schumann.
I am Shaq.
And we are Why. We'll catch y'all next week. New episode. Love and blessings to y'all. Yeah.
We out.